Hi Scorpio, welcome to your Libra full moon card reading. So the full moon is projected for April 7th and 8th. April is an 8 universal month. So if we add 4 for the 4th month of the year plus 2020, so 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0, that gives us 8. Excuse me, sorry, I'm all... whatever. So 8 is the number of abundance. I feel, I don't know, I'm excited. I feel like really light. Had some heaviness the last couple days, but I think that, you know, with this full moon, like full moons are about completions, wrapping things up. So I think that we're kind of coming to a point where we're like wrapping some things up. Also, this full moon is very much about liberation and co-liberation or cooperative liberation. There's a lot of big energy happening in the collective. This is a time of like collective liberation. You know, Libra is very much about the scales, about balancing. And, you know, when we are liberated, we're able to balance things in our life. So a lot of us that have worked really hard to overcome our past, that's being liberated from your past. So instead of having like that really heavy fear that says that like whatever you did in the past is not okay, so you have to kind of be hidden or weighed down or pay the penance or, you know, suffer the consequences or self-punish or whatever bullshit, you know, we're taught. Liberation allows us to kind of release some of that weight and also forgive ourselves for the things that we've done. So I feel like this is just a really, I mean, it's perfect. It's divine timing. You know, for everything that we have going on, there's a lot of people that are fearful and anxious about things, and just having this feeling of abundance, you know, that number 8, when we turn it sideways, it's the infinity symbol, which is a symbol of abundance, is just really something that I think we can all use right now. You know, hopefully those stimulus checks start flowing out. People can feel a little bit more financially secure. You know, we can get a hold of all this COVID-19 stuff and, you know, just staying at home, just, you know, trying to stay healthy and safe. Please wear your masks or your bandanas or whatever kind of covering you can come up with to, you know, help prevent the spread, as well as preventing like catching COVID-19. But yeah, I just wanted to offer something positive. I'll be pulling 2 cards from the Happy Tarot deck and 1 card from the Healing Mantra deck. This will just be some encouragement for maybe what to release or what to let go of, or maybe some extra healing that you can be guided to do. And then 1 card of encouragement and insight from the Super Attractor deck. So I've got Brandy here with me. She's she's napping under here. So if you see anything move, it's just her. Okay, so Scorpio, let's get started on your reading. The first card that I have for you is the 8 of Wands. And so this card is very much about feeling like maybe the word stalemate comes to mind, but I kind of don't feel like that's what it is. It's a pause. And I think a lot of us are kind of feeling a little bit of that kind of stuck energy, like that paused energy, like time is moving in slow motion, like the days go by, but it's like, what day? Like I felt like this last week, I was like, is it Thursday or Wednesday? Like, you know, like the days go by like normal, but the weeks are so slow. And so if you've kind of felt like you're not sure which way to go, if you feel like you're kind of suspended, this is the energy that you're in right now. And this is the energy that a lot of us are in right now, because collectively we've all paused and we've never experienced this before. Like we've never had a time in, you know, American history that we have intentionally put a pause on our economy and said, hey, you know what, stay home, don't go to work, stay inside, you know, just spend what you need to spend. But restaurants are closed, bars are closed, like shopping is not safe, and just kind of being in this collective pause. And this can be very, very uncomfortable, but it can also be a great tool for liberating you from the things that maybe you haven't had a chance to work on because maybe you haven't had time, you know, that you're busy with work and the kids and bills and just life. And so now that things have slowed down, like being able to kind of take that time and just pause and say, okay, where do I feel stuck? And what am I being invited to look into? So maybe if you feel kind of stuck about like your employment, that you've been furloughed, you know, and that you haven't been fired, you still have your job, but you're not really working, because a lot of us can't work right now because we can't go out, and kind of taking this time to think about like, okay, is this where I want to stay? Or are there some things I can do to take advantage of my time right now to help posture me for something better that would make me happier? So that's the first card that came up for you, Scorpio. The next card is, oh, that's so cute. This is the Page of Cups. So pages are an announcement that things are coming. And so, you know, Cups is typically about love, but I just feel like this is generally just like an announcement that something really positive is coming. That, you know, whatever you're looking at letting go of, whatever you're looking at freeing yourself from. And I feel like for you, Scorpio, because you are more intuitive, you might have done quite a bit of this work already. You know, with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn, you're ruled by Pluto. And you guys are not afraid of like death and rebirth. You know, you're not afraid of really like diving deep to do that shadow work. So like some of the other signs are not comfortable doing shadow work. So you might have already done quite a bit of this. You might have done your shadow work already and you're just waiting for something to come of it. You know, you're just kind of waiting for the, I want to say like the afterglow, if that makes sense. But the good things are coming, you know, so the fruits of your labor are coming. This ice cream is coming for you. Hopefully you're not lactose intolerant. But this is just like a really positive card, the Page of Cups. Like it's just this, you know, kind of indicator that you've done the work. You've freed yourself from something. You've kind of shed that skin, you know, like the way that a snake will. You kind of reinvented, rebirthed yourself, and there's really good things that are coming. So I just love that. The healing message that I have for you is illuminating the truth, which you guys are all about some truth. Like you guys are definitely some truth seekers and some truth speakers. And so I feel like just looking at the imagery of this, like this is really like a tunnel, and just kind of like staring into it, like how far and deep this goes. This is the time for you to prepare yourself to speak some really, really profound, deep truths. So there's things, and I can feel it in here, like for me, like I feel it in here, like, it's kind of gross, like almost that feeling like when you know that you have to throw up and you don't want to, like there's a lot of, like there's that kind of pressure, and like there's things that you have wanted to say that you felt like, oh, it's not the right time, that time is coming. And so the healing message is, I'm willing to see things clearly no matter the outcome. And so if you are aware of a truth that you need to speak power to, this, especially for something healing, you know, if you need to say something to someone, if you need to write something out, if you just need to acknowledge something that happened for your healing, the point is not that there's a happy ending, which I know that's not really like something that you guys get stuck on. The point is that you are speaking it, that you have a willingness to say what needs to be said about what you have seen clearly. And so, you know, the full moons are about lighting up the dark, you know, and like illuminating the truth. So during the course of this full moon, as well as like, you know, possibly even a couple days before or a couple days after, there might be some truths that come out that you have maybe intuitively been aware of, but now they're very much, you know, being illuminated there for you. And just, you know, as part of your healing, if you can just be open and willing to see things clearly, no matter how it works out. So that's your healing message. And the message of encouragement from the Super Attractor deck is, manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. So I just want to give you a chance to look at that. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Libra, you know, this full moon in Libra is very much about co-liberation, cooperation. Libra is about balance and harmony. And so just understanding that when you do the work to manifest things for the highest good in your life, you are having a really positive impact on the collective, you know. And there's in the kind of realm of like healers and like spiritual practitioners and people that, you know, do coaching and spiritual work, shadow work, just any kind of personal development work. There's very much the belief that we hold as true, that when I do the work to heal myself, my healing expands to like the lineages of my family, because we all have a lot of generational wounds, you know. Like when we look at, for instance, finances, like there's generational poverty that, you know, if your grandparents were really poor and your parents are poor and you're poor, it's not because it's this inherited thing. It's that like you can't give what you don't have. You know, being that like if you don't have the knowledge for how to get a better paying job to make more money, you can't give your children more money, you know. And so just understanding that the work that you do to manifest like positive changes in your life, to elevate your own vibration, to just be a light in the world, that affects everyone. And so that's the encouragement that you have, you know, you have the power to illuminate some truths, and that once you share those things, once you're able to see them clearly, that it's really going to impact other people. And I feel like that just kind of speaks to your power, Scorpio. That you guys know how powerful you are and how intuitive you are. But that's your Libra new moon card reading. I hope that you have a great full moon, and I hope that you're staying safe out there. And I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I will see you soon. Bye.